Siege is a unique game that puts you into a unique situation. Gun skill and reaction time aren't all that you need to overcome the steep learning curve that new players must face. Strategical knowledge and understanding are what will make or break most of your matches. Welcome to Siege Basics. On today's episode of Siege Basics, we're going to be learning Consulate. And not just callouts, because there's 1,000 other videos out there that cover that. But we're going to be learning about basic site setups and pushes, as well as power positions. If you find this video helpful, you can return the favor by liking and subscribing. We're going to start off in basement. This room we started in is called garage, but there are a couple more specific calls to be made inside of it. Here's white van. People love to play right here when garage gets opened and hold yellow stairs or the breach. This car right here is called black car or just black. It's a pretty aggressive position, but every once in a while you'll get some sweaty Cade main playing. This right here is boxes. You'll often find an ACOG chilling back here. This right here is pillar. A lot of times people will hop up on that blue thing and hold the breach or hold yellow stairs. This area right here is called pipes. Sometimes an ACOG will sit back here and watch spiral side. This room is called cafeteria or cafe for short. People often sit behind this fridge and hold back sight. If someone's playing there, call it fridge or rotate. There's usually a rotate there into boxes. This hallway here is called security hallway. It's right next to security room. This hallway back here is called lockers hallway or just lockers. Here is storage. This is electrical. Back here is servers or archives depending on what kind of team you're playing with. This spot right here is Harry Potter because it's under the staircase. You know, like Harry Potter? This staircase is called Visa Stairs. There are two parts. This room right here is called Visa. Next to it is Teller's Hallway and Tellers. This staircase is Spiral Stairs. Over here is Circle Desk. This hallway here is called Antechamber, or Ante for short. This is the downstairs bathroom. This room is called Piano. It's very important for attackers to control because it's right above the garage. Piano is right next to yellow stairs, which gives you an opportunity to rotate between all 3 stories of Consulate. This area right here is called Front Desk. You can punch holes in it and hold the long angle. This is the upstairs bathroom. Since there are 2 bathrooms on this map, my team calls this one Bathroom 2, and the one on first floor, Bathroom 1. This room right here is called CEO. In-game, it's called Console Office, but CEO is a lot quicker when making callouts to your teammates. This little corner of CEO is called Cubby. This room between the 2 upstairs sites is called Connector. This room here is called Projector, or Meeting, depending on who's making the call. Right at the top of Visa Stairs, there's this room with 2 large doors on it. My team and I call this double doors because of the 2 large doors. Right outside of double doors is admin office. There's a lot of desks in here, so my team likes to make directionally based callouts in this room. For example, this desk in the middle is called mid. This area over here is called north admin. If you ever forget which way's north or south, there's that compass in game you can always refer to. This area over here is south admin. A lot of people like to sit up on this little filing cabinet thing right here, and you can't really get shot from the windows if you play there. So it's a really strong position for defenders. This room right over here is called break room, and then next to it is fridge. Another important call out right by admin office are these 2 vending machines right here. They're called soda. Oftentimes, a defender will sit on soda and watch break room or double doors. The last important call out for upstairs on Consulate is long desk. This desk right here that watches spiral staircase. Alright, you did it. You just learned all of the Consulate callouts. But if you're anything like me, you can't just learn callouts from watching a video once. So here's what I recommend. Go into a T-Hunt, drone, and make callouts to yourself. This helped me a lot as an early player, and maybe it'll help you. Now we're going to be tackling basic offensive pushes on Consulate. As we all know, there are lots of ways to push each individual site in this game. However, for time's sake, today I'm just going to be covering one of each. Also, I'm going to exclude Teller's Archive site on this map because of how infrequently it's played in ranked. First, we're going to be going over basement. Don't forget, these are not concrete strats by any means. You can change up any operator or any push in these strategies based on how your team plays. This is just an outline for you guys to work with. First, let's talk about spawn points. On this map, there are only 2 viable spawn points. gas station, and side entrance. I guess you could spawn riot barricade, but it's less efficient to getting to where you need to be. And police line is almost always a death trap. For this push, you should be bringing some sort of hard breach, whether that's an ace, thermite, or Habana, it's up to you. But make sure you have some sort of hard breach to get that wall open with. Right after the prep phase is over, and before you even think about getting the wall, make sure you're not about to get spawn peeked. There are 3 places where you can get spawn peeked when you run this way off of gas station. You can get spawn peeked from yellow window, CEO windows, or yellow door, so be really careful of those. Once you make it out of spawn safely, start thinking about getting the wall. It'd probably be better if you get the right side first with thermite, and make sure you bring a Maverick, Thatcher, or Zofia to help you get that wall open, because there will probably a bandit trying to trick it. Once you make a hole on the right side of the wall, try getting the left, but only if you can. This isn't necessary, but can help you out later in the round. At this point, as someone playing outside the garage, you sort of just want to hold angles and wait for the rest of your team to get in position. For the next part of the strat, you should be bringing a buck or a sledge to help take above control and breach the floor. Also, a nomad is incredibly helpful up here to cover your flanks so you don't have to watch a drone or something. Again, watch those spawn peaks and make sure you're not getting picked off early and screwing your team over. Your job is to eventually take piano and make holes above to control garage more effectively. But before you even enter the map, make sure you drone out everything you need to take and more. I would drone out piano, circle desk, top yellow, and bottom spiral just to make sure there's no one sneaking around down there trying to kill you. You should be pushing above with a nomad or someone else to watch your flank. So the first thing you need to get going once you get upstairs is get flank coverage set up. Whether that's nomads, claymores, or drones, make sure you get that done right when you get in. Now that you hopefully have control of above and flank coverage set up, it's time to start making holes above garage. Your end goal here is to make garage unplayable for defenders. So that means you want to sledge above common play spots like white van, boxes, pipes, and anywhere else a defender might be playing. Also, if your team has not yet gotten garage wall open, make sure you sledge right above the breach so you can shoot off any bandit charges or even a bandit trying to trick it so your team can open the wall. Make sure you're taking callouts from your teammates playing on the garage for where you need to sledge above to maybe get a free pick, and making callouts to where you see players in garage through your holes. Once you've taken above control and have sledged a considerable amount of the floor out, making garage less playable for defenders, the people playing on garage might want to go for a plant. They can either plant in front of white van, to the side of it, or behind black car. All of these places are equally viable. Just think about where defenders are playing and where they'll be safe from. Now I'm going to be showing you an admin take that my team does most times that the enemies go second floor. You'll need a lot of area denial operators like Capiteo and Gridlock, where they have area denial gadgets, which means people can't play where their gadgets are, like the fire and the tracks. Side entrance is definitely the closest and safest spawn to admin office, so I recommend spawning there. Now, I've never seen someone spawn peek admin windows, but it's definitely possible, so make sure you watch out for any idiot spawn peeking there. Once you're safe and out of spawn, make sure you get a claymore on Visa door. People love to run out here when you're rappelling outside of admin. Now you need control of admin. Make sure you have someone rappel on the east admin windows, as well as on the north or south windows. Also, I recommend having a hard reach go and play on break room window to make sure no one runs in through break room and rushes you once you take control of admin. Once you've got control of admin windows, make sure you have someone drone out admin. If someone is playing an admin, you can use your Zofia stuns or your Capiteo firebolts to help clear them out. Once you're sure admin's clear, rappel in there, but watch a swing from double doors or break room. If the defenders left this wall soft, you can punch some holes in it and watch projector as well as the Visa stairs flank. Next on the agenda is to breach into meeting. Capiteo can smoke off long, and with the cover from the smoke, thermite can breach the wall safely. Once you have the wall breached, if you still have any smokes left, you can smoke off connector, but do a better job than I did here. That was lame as hell. Once you smoke off connector, you can probably go for a plant. After the plant's down, you can just hop out a projector window and hold the bomb like you would on any other site. If the defenders choose the first floor site, above control is very important. More specifically, taking control of projector is what you need to do. You can take control of projector directly from the windows, or you can go into admin office and take control from there. Regardless of how you choose to take projector, you should have another teammate come with you, preferably a nomad, so she can set up air jabs on all 3 staircases that lead to the 2nd floor. While all of this is happening, Montaigne, or a Blitz if Monty's banned, should take the main door. He could have a Zofia or a Capiteo cover him, but he should just wait until Sledge and Nomad take above to execute. Once Sledge and Nomad have control of above, you need to start sledging above Circle Desk and Antechamber to make sure those spots are unplayable for defenders. If any defender can peek you from Antechamber, you won't be able to get the plant off, so make sure no one's going to be able to play there. Once Sledge has made enough pulls above to clear out any defenders playing Circle Desk or Antechamber, Montaigne should smoke off Spiral Door with the coverage of Zofia or Capiteo and attempt to plant in the middle of the doorway. If the plant goes down, this round is basically impossible to lose. Just play outside of the main door and hold the diffuser. There's no way that can go wrong unless you really potato. For basement, having a Mira available is super important. But if you can't get Mira, take an Echo. Make sure someone has plant denial. Maybe if you can't have Echo, have smoke. But, you know, you can change up the operators as much as you want, as long as you have some form of plant denial. But there are a couple of things that need to get done. For example, you need a rotate between security and cafe, as well as a rotate between cafe and white van. Without a rotate between cafe and white van, if the wall gets open, the person white van almost has an 100% chance of death. As well as security. If you lose control of security and need to rotate out, or vice versa, you won't be able to rotate out if there is no rotate there, and you'll probably end up dying. So make sure you get those rotates down. As for playing positions, you should always have someone playing garage or white van, either a bandit or a Cade, tricking the wall to make sure it doesn't get opened. As well as someone playing in security. Even if you don't have a Mira, having an Echo or a Maestro play in security is really helpful to the team. It's great for watching backside. As well as cafe. Maybe having a Doc or a Rook play in cafe with that ACOG can help you watch backside or even breach if the wall gets open. Since that's only 3 operators, you still have room for 2 roamers, and the roamers are super important here. Make sure that you have a roamer playing in piano, or at least holding it somehow. If you want to get fancy, you can even impact above piano and hold it from above. But, I don't know, that doesn't always work. Rotations on top floor are crucial to your team's success. More specifically, rotations in connector. A lot of people make rotations in connector incorrectly. The correct way to do it is to reinforce the middle wall so you can't get killed if attackers breach it from the windows. They can only use a hard breach to open it, and make rotations on both sides of that reinforcement, which means that attackers can't get an angle into projector from CEO windows, but you can still play in connector. Another important rotation that's often looked over, which isn't exactly a rotation, is feet holes on yellow stairs. Instead of reinforcing the entirety of cubby, only reinforce the far right side. That's the only part that attackers can actually enter the site through, so reinforce that. You should make feet holes across the bottom of cubby so that if you play yellow, you can shoot into CEO and kill anyone trying to plant. Also, make sure both the walls at the top of yellow stairs get reinforced. Now let's talk about playing positions. You should have someone control yellow stairs. It doesn't really matter which operator plays there, but make sure they have an ADS from Jaeger. Next, you should have someone playing long desk. This position is so powerful. You can watch spiral stairs, yellow stairs, and some of admin. You should also have someone playing in admin office to make sure the attackers don't get control of it too easily, but it's not worth dying over. Your team should also put someone in connector. It doesn't really matter who, but they do need an ADS from Jaeger to make sure they don't get grenaded out of their position. Then the last person on your team, who's hopefully Jaeger, should roam. You need to roam Visa side or bottom yellow to make sure no one pushes up Visa stairs or yellow stairs. It's really your choice. I know you can't do both. On first floor, above control is super important. It's almost like you're playing the same site twice, because if you lose above on first floor, you're gonna lose the round. So you need to invest a lot of players and a lot of utility upstairs. I would have 2 people play downstairs, 1 in bathroom and 1 in piano, but that's it. I think the other 3 players should play somewhere upstairs. And there's only one necessary operator here. I think it's smoke. because Smoke has that shotgun, which means he can make the rotations for the team, as well as make holes in the floor to hold above better, and toss smokes through the floor. For holding above, I recommend bringing a castle, but it's not necessary. I know he's a really hard operator to play with pretty weak guns. But if you do end up bringing a castle, I would recommend barricading off connector door, but making the rotations between connector and CEO. For playing positions, you should have one person in the downstairs bathroom with a rotation into piano, as well as one person playing somewhere in piano. Then the 3 other people should be upstairs, one in connector preferably, or projector depending on how many people you have on your team. But you could move the connector person to CEO if you really need to. And then the last person should play in admin office. Make sure they have a secondary or primary shotgun, because they need to open the hatch to hold Visa from above. You did it! You just learned all of Consulate. You know the callouts, you know how to push each site, and how to defend each site. Make sure you send this video to your buddies if they need help with all the stuff that you just learned about. But just sharing it in general helps me, so if you could do that, it'd be pretty cool. Also, I stream on Twitch almost every day. I really love getting to meet you guys over there. Our journey on Twitch and YouTube has been insane so far, and I couldn't have been doing it without you guys. So thank you for watching this video, and all support recently.